Why you are so bad, daddy? Synthesis and all over. The knowledge about good and evil is determined by certain knowing. It is by perspective and perception because it have to be towards the point of inner gentle aggregate that is capable of getting something pleasant or good or bad. Good and bad are determined by the comparison of something good and something bad. You feel me? You know, in other words, it can be different. Yeah. So the universe is working on antithesis and thesis, and it's the new understanding from conflict because the antithesis and thesis have the synthesis. And anyway, our mind can grasp it properly, like the because the mind itself clearly is. It can think without itself. So there is a substance between and radiance even in void. Actually, science achieved approval at this field, and the phenomena is called a rise of virtual particles. The things that I'm telling, are a huge field of processing, even on simple from and social understanding. The unconscious part of the system of synthesis, which can be compared towards the system of I want good and I want bad, is now on a picture. The bad phenomena also create a compensation factors, but our mental formations, emotional attachments can have a different plans for our future, present, or of existence over the float of information. So yeah, a sympathetic system, parasympathetic system, you feel me? It's anyway the synthesis. The theism already named it into forces Kundalini, a highly spiritual energy from the potential of the substance, and Kundabafen as a highly operative manifested operation with substance. So Kundalini is like passive force, you feel me? And the Kundabafer is highly material force. There is also a holistic phenomena called hemisphere synchronicity. It specifies to us, of course, more power of understanding, wisdom, and a certain point of being and sitting in. Every phenomena is a certain fruition. We will dive into characteristic of anima and animus. But now, now I will give you the Kundalini Kundabafen by AI. Yeah, so the feminine energy, the masculine energy. It is named like that. You feel me? Some people are telling that the universe have the law of gender, like the male components and the female components, even in flowers. You feel me? We can call it that way. Why not? Why not? There are certain characteristics over the established movement of opposite phenomena that make the synthesis. It is polarization of gender that can be overlapping anyway. It is just for absorbing the archetypes. Yeah, yeah. So the people like to skip or put on pedestal the suffering or the topic of unhappiness. You feel me? It's anyway just cherry picking. The people don't like to open the mind for awareness process. We like the simple things, the simple concepts, simple things. Yeah. So here is a definition of for example virtue. Yeah, the people that didn't process the reality from the bottom of Genesis of it, but only named phenomena that occur in their habitat can fall into something called schism. So basically another stage of suffering, ego filled up by illusion. Yeah, so I mean there is a lot of people like that. I think that it's everybody have capacity towards it, but the I mean, no, it's all over the world, okay? It's 98% of people, something like that. If you don't act you have the schism. Anyway, I should tell like that, but yeah, in a point of just sitting, yeah, some people have it, it's only a lack of understanding the reality, the true natural law, not the government law. You feel me? It's two different things. The man-made concept versus the established truth by a certain movement. The schism is based upon a false foundation of that what the reality is. I will talk about it in the next chapter. Mythology and philosophy must clap their hands to have deep understanding and deep sensibility around the true knowing of forces of this land. Mental verities can be symbolized only grasp can't be symbolized only grasp on the center, for example, by trivium method that I spoke. Yeah, so here is the I don't know, I think it's Masonic symbol, you feel me? You have the concentration as the masculine force, the meditation as the feminine, and you have the contemplation. So the contemplation is only method to avoid the schism, you feel me? In mind you have the process of action, of doing, not doing, wrongdoing, freezing, you feel me? And only if you contemplate something through comparison or different kind of contemplative method, yeah, then you can reach to truth or manifest the truth. It's not possible, but when you obey on emotions or underlying factors like I will obey because I have the money from it or something like that. I don't want a fucking problem, you feel me? People need to realize that the effort in their lives is constant and perpetual. Even the junkie living on the streets of Philly is knowing that the knowledge is not for free. Every 1 million of a second, his body is giving him information. The information flows from the environment, and the potential of thinking and thinking itself is still in move. This is the proper interpretation of movement in this world, with a dignity and respect towards the reality, not the man-made concept of work and rest. In reality, there is a switch of a movement, no resting state. Now let's have a comparison of similar thoughts. So here is the Kant framework, the Nomen guy, and the Maya from. I think the Maya is from Hinduism. Yeah, definitely from Hinduism. Yeah, so you can see this, look at this, contemplate this. Many movements of philosophy, including the self-knowledge concept as the main reason over the evolution towards certain things. The answer is anyway in the mind, so with pure logical reason, they have to be right. The main exception is present Christianity. Anyway, every religion of science or science is a man-made simply because of translation into our minds, just like we started. To expand another concept of self-knowledge, I will show a few concepts of Gnosticism. Gnosticism was from we can know mainly written by Apostle John before the beginning of Christianity that we know from today. Preaching of Jesus was made after the Gnostic texts and ideas. It was the main movement of Christianity due to different language in the past. Nowadays, we call it Gnosticism. Yeah, so they may make the distinction between the purely materialistic concept and arising the phenomena in the mind. Like I said at the beginning, the formlessness of thought is not something pure physical. You feel me? And the inner movement of psyche it can also be understood or not. And this is what define the level of awareness, the level of soul, the level of the root up to the bigger force, you feel me? Yeah, but the scriptures are also a great lecture. Those are the concept of describing certain phenomena. Or hyper means something above certain thing. For example, hypnosis means state above knowledge. So the people are hypnotized in every day of the day. They can't remember the thoughts of at 8 p.m. or 7. You feel me? The day before. Is it? I mean, some people can, but they won't pay attention to it. It's not possible for humans to know that. That's why our normal state, we are above the knowledge. The knowledge is around us, in us, but we are above the knowledge. Uh, mm. In every word, there is a stop and switch to other type of frequency. When you are speaking, your mind have the ability to switch the frequency by your muscles. You feel me? It's not that simple like fucking keyboard. You feel me? It's more advanced. Uh, Humans have tendency to miss it and ignore it. The similarities and subtle forms of understanding can be missed if someone wants to reach the magnum opus. People like to say phrases that populate the fair arise for everyone in a better place or space. Of course, the phrase is mostly empty because there is no model of deduction of inner process that comes towards there, and no one even care around what will happen there when they reach what they want, what the shallow limitation simply has. It is a foundation built on limitation, another type of Maya, deception or illusion format. The only answer is anyway somewhere where we can reach while not moving for an inch while being in a meditative state. The amount of proper understanding the phenomena and categorizes it is too much for any kind of YouTube video. The empathy and fruit of thought must have speak for itself. And this is a great shortcut. The empathy can give you something called ultra perception or cosmic consciousness, like Jung called it. It is indeed a deep connection to the true force of nature and the multiplicity of the life with a certain dharmic condition, no man-made power. Yeah, that's true. I mean, nobody will anyway ever speak about it because it's mental processing. Or maybe you're a monk and then you can speak. I mean, mostly the present world uh, doesn't require this shit. It's fucking useless. You feel me? It's better to live in a fantasy than reach the fucking deepest shit that no one wants to touch it. Yeah, no one. I believe no one. Even if they say so, it's anyway there just for some time. They have to have the window